Assalamu-Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So now let's start from Aqsamul Jumlatil Khabariyah, from Jumle Khabariyah. Okay, so I think I have already explained the further previous chapters like section 1.3 and 1.2. So that's why I'm directly starting from section 1.4, sentences and phrases. So al-jumalu wal murakkabatu, we have already understood and learned. Okay. There are two types of sentence. One is complete, another one is incomplete. And complete sentence is known by many other names also, like murakkab, mufid, or murakkab tam, or kalam, or jumla. All these are just the same name of complete sentence. And another one is incomplete sentence, which is sometimes known as murakkab ghair mufid, or naqis, or jumla ghair mufid, or kalamun naqisun. Now these days the complete sentence is known as a sentence in general, and an incomplete sentence is known as a phrase. So that's why the writer is writing here that from now on, when I use sentence, I will be referring to a complete sentence, and when I use phrase, I will be referring to an incomplete sentence. Types of sentence. This type of sentence is totally different from what we understood and learn about sentence. Okay, so if you can understand, you can learn this, understand this, and if you are not able to understand the complete concept of these classification of sentence, it is okay, still you can move on and you can skip this chapter. Later, after reading few more books of Arabic grammar and other Arabic text books, you will be easily able to understand and make a difference between these classification of sentence. One is called Jumle Khabariya and another one is called Jumle Inshaiya. So what I am going to do, I am going to make another classification of sentence, and then under that classification I will put this Jumla Khabariya and Inshaiya as a part of sentence. So we can say there is another type of sentence based on the information, like how the information is passed by those sentence. On this basis, the sentence are divided into two parts. One is Jumla Khabariya, which provides information which has the possibility of being true or false. And another one is Jumla Inshaiya. It is a sentence which do not have the possibility of being true or false. So always remember, what is the motive behind a sentence? Why we need something to speak in a sentence? Because we want the listeners to get the accurate information. So what happened? Sometimes we use a complete sentence to provide some information, but at the same time there are few complete sentences which does not provide any information at all. Their work is completely different. So when a sentence is providing a complete information, that sentence is called Jumla Khabariya, a informative sentence. And when a sentence does not provide information, that type of complete sentence is known as Jumla Inshaiya. Now let me give you an example to understand this. When I am saying Zaid is coming this Monday, here I am providing you information about Zaid that he is coming this Monday. This is an information, and this information has a possibility of being true or false. Maybe Zaid is not coming, or maybe Zaid is coming. Maybe Amar is coming, or maybe he is not coming on Monday, or maybe he is not coming but he is going. Anything is possible, because this sentence can be totally false. But when I'm saying bring me a glass of water, here I am not providing you information about water. I am asking you to bring me a water. Here you can deny my request, but you cannot make this information wrong, because here is no information, here just a command. So this type of sentence known as jumla inshaiya, which is lack of information. Jumla inshaiya can be anything except informational. It can be dua, it can be command, it can be request, it can be a guess or assumption, anything, but it cannot be information. Any sentence which does not hold any kind of information is jumla khabari, is jumla inshaiya. And if any sentence is holding information, it is jumla khabariya. Jumla khabariya can be jumla ismiya as well as jumla fa'liya, because an informative sentence can start with ism as well as fail. There is no problem with that. Now, aqsamul jumlatil khabariya. So here the jumla ismiya as well as jumla fa'liya falls under the category of jumla khabariya, because only jumla ismiya and fa'liya provides a complete information. Jumla khabariya are of two types. One is nominal sentence, that is jumla ismiya. Here it is a sentence which begin with ism. I told you jumla ismiya have two parts. One is called mubtada, another one is called khabar. Jumla ismiya start with ism. First part is called mubtada. It is ism. Second part is called khabar. A khabar can be ism as well as fail. Mubtada is always marifa and khabar is always nakera. And both mubtada and khabar will have pesh on it. Now see, the second part of the sentence of can be ism or fail. It means, let me see if I can write on this PDF. Yeah. Here it's written that the second part, it means ar-rajulu alimun. Ar-rajulu is the first part and alimun is the second part. So this part, khabar, can be both ism or fail. So here alimun is a ism, so it means here khabar is ism. Now let's have another example of khabar as a fail. Ar-rajulu nasara. Here ar-rajulu is mubtada and nasara is first a fail, then it's a khabar. The second part is khabar. So the first point is saying that a khabar can be ism as well as fail, but mubtada is always ism. Now second part is saying the first part of sentence is called mubtada or musnad ilay. Both have the same meaning. The word which is about information is being given. You can simply remember musnad ilay as the main part of any sentence. Like in between muzaf ilay, who is important? Muzaf ilay, because muzaf ilay is the owner and muzaf is the possession. If owner does not exist, there is no existence of possession as well. So muzaf ilay is zad. So similarly in mubtada khabar, mubtada is main. That's why mubtada is known as musnad ilay. If mubtada does not exist, how you are going to provide information, and about who you going to provide information? For example, there is ar-rajulu alimun. So here alimun word is providing information about this man, rajul. But if you remove the rajul and if simply write alimun, then what's the purpose of alim here? Yet it will give some meaning, but now it's not information. Third one is the second part of sentence is called khabar, predicate, or musnad, of course. Now the second last point is the mubtada is generally marifa and the khabar is generally nakera. I told you mubtada is always marifa and khabar is always nakira. As a beginner, you should remember this. But it's not the fact. In Arabic language, sometimes mubtada used as a nakira as well as sometimes khabar used as a marifa. So it's not a fixed rule. Yes, it's a common rule, and you will generally find this type of sentence where mubtada is marifa, khabar is nakira. But there is some rare use of mubtada and khabar where they are vice versa, where khabar is marifa or mubtada can be nakira. Both parts, mubtada and khabar, are marfu. Of course, it's marfu because they are a part of complete marfu'at. Now, sentence analysis. What is sentence analysis? Let's understand. It is also called tarkeeb. What is tarkeeb? Tarkeeb is not a fun or any different art. Tarkeeb is just knowing the cause of i'rab and know the relationship between the two words together. For example, if al-baytu and nazifun is written here, so what is tarkeeb? If someone tells you that al-baytu nazifun is written, do the tarkeeb. So it means that person is asking you, what is the relation of bayt with nazif here? Just clear it. So when you say al-baytu is mubtada and nazifun is khabar, so here you are saying that these two words are attached with each other, where khabar is an information which gives information about mubtada. So here nazifun word is explaining or providing as information about al-baytu mubtada. So that's why when you say al-baytu is mubtada and this is khabar, so mubtada khabar is a part of complete sentence, that is jumla ismiya. So you will say it's a jumla ismiya and khabariya because it's providing us information. So that's the tarkeeb. So whenever someone asks you to do the tarkeeb, it means they are asking you what, by which relation or what relation those words are connected with each other. Let's have a sentence. See, a sentence may have more than one khabar. Yes, it's possible, because for an instance, as an example, I gave you one in a sentence with one mubtada and one khabar. But when you start reading a book, it is not possible that only one mubtada and khabar is written in that book. That book is a collection of information. So there are more mubtadas and khabars present in that book. So it is possible that a same mubtada has a multiple khabar. For example, see, ar-rajulu tawilun qawiyun. Now, ar-rajulu is a mubtada, tawilun is khabar number 1 and qawiyun is khabar number 2. And after merging these all words together, or merging maybe is not a good word, we can say after declaring the relation of all these words together, we form a jumla ismiya khabariya sentence. Now, so the answer here is, this man is tall and strong. Now you can ask me a question. If you remember mawsuf sifat, these two words looks like a mawsuf sifat also, because they have 4 similarities together. They both have equal i'rab, they both are wahid, they both are muzakkar, they both are nakira. So yes, there is a chance that we can say this as a mawsuf sifat. And if someone who just recently learned about mawsuf sifat can say about this sentence that it is a mawsuf sifat, but this is not a mawsuf sifat. Why I am saying and how I am saying? Why I am saying? Because I know this. How I am saying? Because there are few other things you should remember while translating the mawsuf sifat. So that's it's not your fault that you are not unable to understand this right now. Just assume this as an exception, okay? Because sifat is an attributing word. Here tawilun is also an attributive word, and kaviyun is also attributive word. So now when these two words are adjective, these two words have a quality of being sifat. Where is the mawsuf? You can say ar-rajul is mawsuf. No, ar-rajul is not mawsuf, because they do not have the same other rulings present on this. Ar-rajul is mubtada, tawilun is nakira. So for any word being a sifat, that word should be attributes, and for a word being mawsuf, that word must be an object or a place, person or thing. It cannot be adjective word. But here tawilun, kaviyun both are adjective words. So they both have potential to become sifat, but they do not have a potential to become, tawilun word do not have any potential to become mawsuf. It's like a person holds two different pairs of cloth. If person does not exist, those cloth is useless. You cannot just make one cloth as a person and another cloth as its collection. It is not possible. Now jumla fa'liya, verbal sentence, a sentence which begins with fail. The first part of sentence is called fail musnad, and the second part of sentence is called fa'il musnad ilay, and is always marfu. I told you what is musnad ilay. Musnad ilay is important from the sentence. Whenever we say about that this is a musnad ilay, it means that is the important part of the sentence, and all the additional words just used to explain that musnad ilay. So in jumla fa'liya, fail is not musnad ilay, but fa'il is musnad ilay. Why? Because when you look closely, if there is no fa'il, there is no existence of fail. So fa'il is important. If I am writing, so the writing fail occurred by me, so I am stronger. If I stop writing, the action of writing will stop with me, because I am the one who control the action. So that's why fa'il is musnad ilay and fail comes under the fa'il. So fa'il is musnad ilay and fail is musnad, and the i'rab fa'il will always have pesh on it. Let's understand the tarkeeb. Here it's written jalasa zaidun. Jalasa means sit. So jalasa is a fail, zaidun is fa'il, and fail fa'il becomes jumla fa'liya khabariya. Why it is jumla? Because it's a sentence. Why it is fa'liya? Because it start with fail. And why it's khabariya? Because it's provide us complete information. Now we are going to learn few more things which we haven't learned yet. So be careful and attentive what I am going to teach you next. Note, in the above example, the fail is al-fi'lul lazim. That is a fail whose meaning can be understood without a maf'ul. If you remember what is maf'ul, it will be easy for you to understand what is fail lazim. See, when I am saying Nasara Zaidun Amran, here the translation is Zaid helped Amr. So Amr is a maf'ul on which the action happened. Up suppose if I say Zaid helped, this is also a complete information, but yet it does not give a complete information. Why? Because Zaid helped, but he helped who? Who was that person who he helped? So Amran here, maf'ul, provides additional information with that sentence. But in Arabic language there are few words which does not require any additional help from maf'ul. Their meanings can be completed with fail and fa'il. Like when I say Jalasa Zaidun. Zaid sits. That's complete. Because sitting is some action which is complete with its file. It does not require any additional maf'ul, like I cannot say Zaid sit, Jalasa Zaidun Amran, that Zaid sits on Amr. It is incorrect. It's not possible. See, I will teach you how to recognize Fa'il Lazim and Fa'il Mutaddi. It's actually not a bigger deal, because all Fa'il Lazim can be converted as used as a Fa'il Mutaddi, and all Fa'il Mutaddi can be used as Fa'il Lazim. Okay, so it's not a big deal, but it comes in the book, so at least try to understand their meaning and definitions. Fa'il Lazim are those type of fail which completes with its file and they do not require help from maf'ul, or they do not require maf'ul. And opposite to Fa'il Lazim there is Fa'il Mutaddi. Fa'il Mutaddi are those fail which meanings cannot be fully understood without maf'ul. Then maf'ul will be added, and maf'ul, the i'rab of maf'ul is mansub. So Fa'il Mutaddi are those type of fail which does not complete on file, then require additional help from maf'ul to understand the proper meaning of that sentence. For example, when khalaqallahu, Allah created, but here we need some information what he created. So as-samaa is a maf'ul which provides that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the sky. Now what is the analysis of this sentence? Khalaqa is fail, Allah is file, file, and as-samaa is maf'ul. Why I am saying? Because Allah has pesh, which means it's file, as-samaa has zabar, which means it's a maf'ul, because maf'ul have zabar on it. Now it's become jumla fa'liya khabariya. Now let's solve the exercise number 5. Translate, fill in the i'rab and analyze the following sentences. So these exercise need to be done in 3 types part. First, we are going to put i'rab on it. Second, we are going to analyze it, and the third, we are going to translate it. So Fataha, why? Because it's very similar to Nasara. Okay, oh, I'm actually doing, it's okay, let's start from 3, it's not a big deal. So it's, if it's a fail, we need a file, and what is the i'rab of file? Pesh. So see, if there is a small noon written here, so we do not have to add tanween on Muhammad, we can simply add Muhammaduni. Why? Because there is a rule that whenever you want to add a tanween word with alif lam, for example, if written Zaidun al-Alimu, and you want to read these 2 words together like Zaidun al-Alimu, so there is a special way to read this. Simply put a small noon inside it and remove the tanween on it. So it's Zaidunil Alimu. So it's a not a rule from Arabic grammar, it's a rule of tajweed, to how you can able to easily pronounce it. So this is Fataha, this is file, and if the fail files is completed but there is still one word, so it's obvious it is maf'ul. So Fataha Muhammadunil al-Baba. Fataha is fail, Muhammad is fa'il, and al-Bab is maf'ul. So fail, fa'il, maf'ul all created a sentence called Jumlatun Fa'liyatun Khabariyatun. Okay, so we have did the analyze, we put the i'rab, now we are going to translate it. Fatah means open, Muhammad is a name, al-Bab means door. So who is fa'il? Muhammad. So who is the opener here? Muhammad. So Muhammad opened al-bab, the door. So Muhammad opened the door. Now let's come to the first one now. Okay, see, it's a ism. Ism, it means it's jumla ismiya. And what is the i'rab of jumla ismiya? Pesh. If it's a jumla ismiya, it is mubtada, of course. Then the next word is khabar, and what is the i'rab of khabar? Pesh. And khabar is marefa or nakera? Nakera. So dual tanween, because tanween is the sign of nakera. Al-muallimu hazirun. Al-muallimu is mubtada, hazirun is khabar. Mubtada khabar becomes jumla ismiya khabariya. The translation is the teacher is present. Now this one, al-bustanu jamilun, it's very similar to al-muallimu hazirun, everything. So I'm just going to translate this. Al-bustanu means garden, jamilun means beautiful. The garden is beautiful. Now you may be wondering how I can easily able to recognize that this is al-bustan, because I have memorized lot of vocabularies. Okay, grammatical analysis is totally different from translation. For translating any word, you also need a very powerful vocabularies. I'm not saying the grammatical analysis is not important. The complete translation of any sentence is totally depend on how are their i'rabs are. But still we need some vocabularies. Now fourth one, al-madrasatu. Al-madrasatu, it's a jumla ismiya. Why it's start with ism? This is mubtada. Kabiratun is going to be khabar, tanween. Nazifatun also khabar, tanween. Al-madrasatu, the madrasa, the school is kabiratun, big, nazifatun, and clean. I just added and as extra. You can say the madrasa is big, clean, but it is not good. So just add the madrasa is big and clean. Now this sentence does not start with alif lam, so it means this is definitely not a ism. If it's not a ism, then it is definitely fail on the pattern of nasara. So waqafa. If this is fail, the next word is definitely fa'il or rajulu. Waqafa fail or rajulu fa'il. Fail fa'il, jumla failiya khabariya. Translation is waqafa means stop, or rajulu man, the man stopped. Now the same sentence but with a different format of sentence. Ar rajulu is mubtada, waqafa is a fail and it's khabar. The translation is same, the man stopped, but the format of sentence is different. Here this sentence is jumla failiya because it start with fail, and ar rajulu waqafa, translation is same but the format is different. Ar rajulu is a ism, so this sentence is jumla ismiya. What is the difference between the 5 and 6 above? I told you this one start with fail, so it's jumla failiya. Second one start with ism, so it's jumla ismiya, whereas its khabar is jumla failiya. Its khabar is fail. Now section 1.4.2, types of jumla is insha'iyya. First one is amr. It's a command like izrib, hit. Nahi, negative command. La tazrib, do not hit. These amr, nahi totally depend on these two. About these two types of fail you will learn in sarf inshallah, so we are not going to discuss here right now. It's a very long and complex chapter. Al istifham means interrogative. There are some words in Arabic language especially used to question, like hal. So zaraba zaidun is a jumla failiya on which hal is added. So this hal raised the question, did Zaid hit? Then we have a tamanni. Tamanni means desire. Like laita shababa aidun. I told you inna, anna, laita, lakinna, la'alla. These are also known as huruf mushabba bil fail. They comes on mubtada khabar. They change the i'rab of mubtada to fatha. So if you remove laita, ashabu aidun, this was mubtada khabar sentence. But when you add laita, this sentence is no longer mubtada khabar. Now this is a tamanni sentence, a desire one. I wish youth would return. Now there is another word, tarajji. Tamanni and tarajji. Laita means desire, la'alla means hope. Desire is something which cannot be attainable, it cannot be fulfilled. But la'alla is something which we can hope that it may fulfill in the upcoming or near future. They both comes on mubtada khabar. If you remove la'alla, so al-imtihanu sahlun, this is mubtada khabar. But when you add la'alla, this is no longer mubtada khabar. Now then we have an-nida. Nida means call, like ya Allah, oh Allah. Then we have al-arz. Arz means request, like ala ta'tini fa'utiyaka dinaran. If you come to me, I will give you dinar. You do not have to learn about this right now. Just remember the terms and its meaning. Al-arz means request and offer. Then we have al-qasam. Qasam means oath. Like in Arabic language, when we have to use a oath, we say wallahi, means by Allah. Then we have at-ta'ajjub, amazement. Ma ahsana zaidan, how good Zaid is. And then we have 10th, al-uqud means transaction. This is generally used in fiqh books. These are the type of jumla insha'iyya. And if you look closely, about tarajji, tamanni, you already understood that this is actually a jumla ismiya, not anything else. Yes, there are some other words added on it. You are going to learn about jumla insha'iyya not in Nahw book, but when you start a real book of stories or any other textbook. Now the second sentence analysis. Hal zaraba zaidun. Hal is harful istifham. How I know it is harful istifham? Because there is a list of harful istifham which you have to remember. Similarly, like harf jar. So you memorize the list of harf jar, right? That there are total 17. Similarly, there is a huruf of istifham, harful istifham. There is a list. You have to memorize it. Hal zaraba zaidun. Hal is harful istifham, zaraba is a fail, and zaidun is fa'il. Now, if there was no hal, this sentence will be jumla failiyah because this sentence start with fail. But now, as there is a hal added here, this sentence is no longer jumla failiyah, but now these are jumla insha'iyya. Now state what type of jumla insha'iyya are in the following sentence. Ya is added. I told you ya is generally in Arabic added to call someone. So this is nida. Second one is isma. You do not know about isma right now. It's a amr. Fele amr. La tadkhal, it's fele nahi. So fele amr, fele nahi you will learn in sarf book. Or if I will be teaching you Tasheel Un Sarf, then I will explain what is fele amr and nahi. Kaifa haluka. Kaifa is just for question. So when you ask question, that is definitely jumla insha'iyya. So kaifa is istifham. Okay. Now section 1.4.3. Types of phrases. Phrases are of 5 types. I taught you 2 types, murakkab izafi, murakkab tawsifi. In this book 5 types of phrases are written, which is good. I just told you the basic of Nahw. Now we are going to learn few more types of phrases in this book, inshallah. First one is murakkab tawsifi. It is a phrase in which one word describes the other. The describing word is called sifat. The object being described is called mawsoof. The mawsoof and sifat must be corresponds in four things: i'rab, gender, that is being masculine and feminine; number, that is being singular, dual or plural; being marifa and nakira. I have already explained you all these things, no need to repeat those things again and again. For example, rajulun salihun, rajulun is mawsoof, salihun is sifat. Al-bintu al-aqilatu, al-bintu is mawsoof, al-aqilatu is sifat. Mawsoof sifat always form an incomplete sentence. Murakkab izafi, the possessive phrase. It is a phrase in which the first word muzaf is attributed to the second word muzaf ilay. In some cases, this means that the second word owns the or possess the first word. For understanding the better understanding of muzaf, muzaf ilay and mawsoof sifat, check the video number 6, I think video number 6 or 7. That's why I'm just reading and moving forward, because I've already explained you everything related to mawsoof sifat as well as muzaf ilay. Now the muzaf never gets alif lam or tanween on it. The muzaf ilay is always majroor, like kitabu zaidin. Kitabu does not have alif lam or tanween on it because it is muzaf. Zaidin is muzaf ilay because it has zair on it. The i'rab of muzaf will be according to the amil governing to it. For example, now this is not actually new, it's written in a new way. The i'rab of muzaf ilay, the i'rab of muzaf ilay is fixed, but the i'rab of muzaf, it is flexible, it's not fixed. It can be kitabu or kitaba or kitabi. It can accept any i'rab, and we know there must be someone who is responsible for make changes in the i'rab of any word. So that is called amil. For example, I will also explain you this earlier. Like this is rajulun. Now this rajulun having pesh on it, but when you add ala harfe jar on it, this rajulun i'rab is converted to zair, ala rajulin. So who is the amil of rajul? Allah is responsible for changing the rajul i'rab. So Allah is amil here. So here is saying that before muzaf, if there is a word which give muzaf zabar, muzaf will accept zabar. Before muzaf, if there is a word which give pesh to muzaf, muzaf will accept pesh. And if before muzaf there is a word which gives zair, muzaf will accept zair. Because the i'rab of muzaf is not fixed, it can accept any kind of i'rab as per situation and need. Whereas the i'rab of muzaf ilay is totally fixed and it can never change in any circumstances. So see, wajadtu. Wajadtu is written fail ma'a fa'il. Wajadtu is actually nasar on the pattern of nasartu, and we learn that when there is a tapish tu in the mazi sega, it's wahid mutakallim. Wajada means found. So wajadtu is a sega of wahid mutakallim. It means I found. What I found? Kitaba zaidin. So kitaba is muzaf, zaidin is muzaf ilay. After becoming muzaf ilay, this is maful. Why it is maful? Because kitaba have zabar on it, and we know the i'rab of maful is having zabar on it. Who gives zabar to kitab? This word, fail and file, because maful does not exist without fail and file. So when there is a fail and file and then you want to use maful, its i'rab is with fatah. Now note, sometimes many muzaf and muzaf ilay are found in a single phrase. For example, babu bayti rajuli, the doors of the man's house. The first rule is, as an example I gave you the example of, as an instance I gave you the example of one muzaf and one muzaf ilay. But in Arabic language, when you start reading a book, there are sentences with a numerous muzaf and muzaf ilay. So how you are going to solve it? How you are going to translate it? So it's actually very easy and simple. See, Babu, Baiti, or Rajuli. There are three words. Just ignore the middle one. Or if there are other words more, just ignore all the words. Assume the first one as muzaf and the last one which having zair on it as muzaf ilay. They are the real muzaf and muzaf ilay. And the words which comes between the muzaf and muzaf ilay, like in this case here the bait comes between the muzaf and muzaf ilay. This bait is muzaf ilay to bab, and this bait is muzaf to a rajuli muzaf ilay. It means the word which comes in the middle of muzaf and muzaf ilay have a potential to become muzaf as well as muzaf ilay at a same time. So that's why baiti is muzaf ilay to this babu muzaf, but at the same time baiti is muzaf to a rajuli muzaf ilay. That's why, because this is muzaf ilay to bab, their i'rab is zair. But in the same time, this bait is muzaf to a rajuli, and muzaf does not accept alif lam or tanween. That's why this bait do not have alif lam or tanween on it. So it's simple and easy. Second point is, if the muzaf has sifat, then it should come immediately after muzaf ilay with al and should have the same i'rab as that of the muzaf. Now, second note is saying sometimes we need sifat of muzaf as well as muzaf ilay too. For example, see, Babu al-Bayt. Babu al-Bayt is muzaf muzaf ilay, right? Babu is muzaf, al-Bayt is muzaf ilay. The door of the house. Door of the house. But I want to say the new door of the house. So new door, this is mawsuf sifat. New door. New door of the house. So here I am bringing sifat of muzaf. So where I am going to write this? Because mawsuf sifat always comes together as well as muzaf muzaf ilay always comes together. Now the bab is muzaf as well as mawsuf. So how I am going to solve this? So remember, between muzaf muzaf ilay and mawsuf sifat, muzaf muzaf ilay is more stronger. So first we will write it as a muzaf muzaf ilay, Babu al Bayt, and then the sifat should be written after muzaf ilay, al jadidu. So al-jadidu is a sifat of which word? Al-jadidu is a sifat of bab. Now between mawsuf sifat there must be four similarities. Do we have four similarities here between bab and al-jadid? Yes. Bab have pesh, al-jadid have pesh. Bab is muzakkar, al-jadid is muzakkar. Bab is wahid, al-jadid is wahid. Bab is marifa. Why? Because its muzaf ilay is marifa. And I told you, when the muzaf ilay is marifa, that muzaf is also marifa. And al-jadid is marifa because of alif lam. So between between bab and al-jadid there are four similarities found together. So here bab is muzaf as well as mawsuf. Al-bayti is muzaf ilay and al-jadid is sifat of muzaf. But there is a catch. Instead of writing pesh, if you give zair here, now this al-jadid is no longer sifat of bab. Now this jadid is a sifat of al-bayt. Why? Because now these two have four similarities together. So now the translation will be door of the new house. Earlier the translation was new door of the house. Now the translation is door of the new house. That's what explained in point number 3. Babu is muzaf, al-bayti is mawsuf, al-jadid is sifat. After becoming mawsuf sifat, it becomes muzaf ilay. Why muzaf ilay in the end? Because muzaf ilay is stronger than mawsuf sifat. So first we will solve mawsuf sifat, then muzaf ilay. Now the third incomplete sentence is al-murakkabul ishariyu, the demonstrative phrase. It is a phrase in which ism, that is ismul ishara, points toward musharun ilay. The musharun ilay must have alif lam. I also explain you this. Haza rajulu. Haza is isme ishara or rajulu is musharun ilay, and isme ishara musharun ilay makes an incomplete sentence. That's why I am not saying this is a man. We are saying this man. And why it's form an incomplete sentence? Because murakkab ishari is similar to murakkab tawsifi. See, their i'rab is same. A rajulu have pesh, haza does not have any i'rab, but we know that it having pesh on it. Why? There is a two reason. One, haza is mabni, so it does not have any physical i'rab, and whenever the any word start, its default i'rab is pesh. Haza is muzakkar, or rajulu is muzakkar. Haza is marefa because it's isme ishara, or rajulu is marefa because of alif lam. Haza is wahid, or rajulu is wahid. Four similarities found between these two words, but they are not mawsuf sifat. They are similar to mawsuf sifat. That's why it's an incomplete sentence. But if you remove the alif lam and you write like this, haza rajulun. Now here haza is no longer isme ishara. Now here haza becomes mubtada and rajulun becomes khabar, and it's a complete sentence. Why haza become mubtada? Because haza is a marefa and the quality of mubtada is being marefa. So it is okay to make haza as a mubtada. So always remember, if you want to make an incomplete sentence using isme ishara, put alif lam on musharun ilay. If you want to make a complete sentence using isme ishara, simply make the musharun ilay nakera. Now the fourth type of incomplete sentence is al-murakkabul binaiyu or al-murakkabul adadiyu. It's a number system, so I'm not going to explain you the number system right now. It is one of the most complex topic of Arabic grammar. I have already explained the Arabic number system. If you want, I can share the links in the descriptions or anywhere. And also if I get time, I will explain again inshallah what is murakkabul adadi in the deeply. Right now just remember, murakkabul binai or murakkabul adadi numerical phrases are the numbers is a mixture of ones and tens. Like in English, in maths we say if there is a 110, so we say there is a 100 and tens, so ones and tens. So these ones and tens becomes together to make 110, right? So in Arabic language the same thing happened. Like when you want to represent 100 or 10s or ones, so you I made mistake while explaining the 100 and ones and tens. So just ones is 1 to 9, 0 to 9 actually, and tens is 11 from 10 to 99, and the 100 is from 100. Okay, so whenever any word start with 11 in the minimum 11 and it can go to the maximum, so it's 11 is a mixture of ones and tens, so it's a murakkab, right? Ones and tens, so it's murakkab. So this is an incomplete sentence. That's why we are saying murakkabul adadi. Adadi means number, murakkab means mixture. So the number is a mixture of ones, tens, hundred and thousands. Remember, from 0 to 9 they are not known as murakkabul adadi because they are not murakkab. From 11 they are murakkab. The harf was originally linked the two. Ahad ashara 11. It was originally ahadu wa ashrun, 1 and tens. Ahadun means 1, ashrun means tens, 10. Then they both merge together and become ahad ashara 11. This phrase is found only in number 11 to 19. Both part of this phrase will be always maftu except the number 12. Isna ashara. Ja ahada ashara rajulan. 11 men came in halat rafi. Ra'aytu ahada ashara rajulan. I saw 11 men. Halatun nasbi. And marartu bi ahada ashara rajulan. I passed by 11 men. Halatul jarri. What is halat rafi? First understand. Halat rafi means when a sentence is in the condition where it should have pesh on it. For example, when I am saying Nasara Zaidun, so we can say Zaidun is in halat rafi. Why Zaidun is in halat rafi? Because it is in the place where it should have pesh on it. Because we know the i'rab of file is always have pesh on it. Similarly, what is halat nasbi? Halat nasbi when a word is in the place where it should have fatha on it, and halat jarri means a word when it is in the place where it should have kasra on it. So the i'rab from so the number from 11 to 19, they are actually mabni. So their i'rab does not change at all. That's why in halat rafi the i'rab of ahada does not change. In halat nasbi the i'rab of ahada does not change. In halat jarri the i'rab of ahada does not change. The i'rab remains same in all three different states. So from 11 to 19 the i'rab of ones and tens remains same with fatha, except 12. We will be learning these more in detail when we start the Arabic number system, not right now. It is a separate the number system is, you can say, it's a different separate language actually. As for number 12, it is I do already have a videos on Arabic number systems. If you require, you can just message me and I will send you the link, or you can look for on the video section, maybe you will find it there. As for number 12, its second part is always maftu while the first part change. Thus in halat rafi it is written isna ashara with an alif at the end of the first part. However, in halat nasbi and jarri the first part is given in the ya with the place of alif. For understanding this, we need some other chapters. You will learn in this book itself what is halat rafi, nasbi and jarri, so we are not going to discuss it, just leave it. Now we have the last type of incomplete sentence, that is called murakkabu man'us sarf, indeclinable phrase. It is a phrase in which two words are joined to form a single word. The first part of this phrase is always maftu and the second part changes according to amil. Example. First understand what is murakkab manasar. See, there is a two different word. Okay, there is a two different word exist in Arabic language with the different meaning. But now there is a place, person, object or thing which named and they have the quality of both word. So we require those both words to join together so we can call another word. For example, see, there is a place in Arabic which is called alif and there is another word in Arabic which is called ba. Now there is this person which has the quality of alif as well as ba. So what we did, we just combined this alif and ba together and we say abun. Okay, so now this is called murakkab because there was a word A, word B, and now this word A and B joined together to become AB, and now this is another word with another meaning. That's what happened. Let's see with example, you will see. There is a word hazara in Arabic. There is a word mouth in Arabic. Now there is a region in Yemen which is named by joining these two words, that is Hazara Mautu. So Hazara and Maut, they both are a separate different word, but now Hazara Maut is a single word. Okay. Now there is one other word, Baal and Bakka. Now another example, Baal and Bakka. These are two different words, and now then they both merge together, Baal Bakku. Now it's a city in Lebanon. See, the Hazara Maut is the name of a region in Yemen. It is composed of two words, Hazara Maut. Hazara is a fail, which means it was present. Hazara Yahzuru means he is present. Maut is an ism, which means death. Thus literally Hazara Maut means a place where death was present. Baal Bakka is a city in Lebanon. It is composed of two words, Baal and Bakka. Baal was the name of an idol and Bakka was the name of a king. Note, the above mentioned various types of phrases in complete sentence form a part of complete sentence. Yes, it is very important to understand, and it is very obvious as well. See, when you are learning Arabic book, that Arabic book consists of a complete sentence only. So where does all the incomplete sentence go? All the incomplete sentence becomes the part of a complete sentence. Check for the example here. Here a word is Rabiha. Rabiha is a fail, which means Rabiha means gained. Okay, profit. Generally it is used for merchant and farmers. Rabiha, when someone gains the profit. At-Tajir is Mawsuf. Al-Amin is Sifat. Between Tajir and Amin, four similarities found together. So after becoming Mawsuf Sifat, it becomes Fa'il. Okay, now Rabiha is a fail. This At-Tajirul Amin is a file, and after fail file it is Jumla Fa'liya Khabariya. So see, the Jumla Fa'liya Khabariya is a complete sentence, but that complete sentence has one of the incomplete sentence, that is Mawsuf Sifat. So all the incomplete sentence becomes the part of a complete sentence. Another example, Kullu is Muzaf, Fa'ilin is Muzaf Ilay. After becoming Muzaf Ilay, it becomes Mubtada. And another word, Marfu'un. Marfu'un is Khabar. Now Mubtada Khabar becomes Jumla Ismiya Khabariya. Same sentence here, Kullu Maf'ulin Mansubun. All the Maf'uls are Mansub. Kullu is Muzaf, Maf'ulin is Muzaf Ilay. It becomes Mubtada and Mansubun is Khabar. So here Kullu Fa'ilin, Muzaf Ilay becomes Mubtada. It's an incomplete sentence. Third, Ishtaraitu Hazal Kitab. Ishtaraitu is a fail and a file because there is a ta. It means it's a sega of Wahid Mutakallim. Ishtara means bought. So Ishtaraitu, I bought. Haza isme ishara, al kitab musharun ilay. Isme ishara musharun ilay is an incomplete sentence. Now it's become maf'ul. So Ishtaraitu has fail and file. Hazal kitab becomes maf'ul, and it's a Jumla Fa'liya Khabariya because this sentence starts with ism. All these are the examples to help you understand that all types of incomplete sentence, somehow, anywhere, it was a part of complete sentence. Ja'a arba'ata ashara rajulan. Ja'a is a fail. Arba'ata ashara rajulan. This is whole word is a file. You are not able to understand this right now. Just ignore it. Arba'ata ashara rajulan itself is an incomplete sentence. It's some adadi number system. But when it comes with a ja, it becomes a complete sentence. Another one is Hazihi Baal Bakka. I told you Baal Bakka is made from two words. It is incomplete, but when it's added with a Hazihi, it's a complete sentence. Hazihi is act as Mubtada and Baal Bakku as a Khabar. Now you may be asking why Baal Bakku does not have Tanween. Khabar always have Tanween on it. Baal Bakka is actually a Mabni word. Their I'rab is fixed. It cannot be changed. Let's do the exercise. I think let's do the translation in the next video. Try to do the translation, solve the exercise your own. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.